Albert Delitala at the Breaking News Desk. Albert, what's the latest?
Well, Natalie, it's a rapidly spreading fire, and we have some dramatic video to show you into our newsroom with the view from the ground. Have a look at this shot last night from Usuyas. You can see just how close the flames are to the community. The Eagle Bluff fire is estimated to be only about 4 kilometers away from the town of about 5,000 people in the South Okanagan Valley.
Albert Delitala is tracking the developments right now. Albert, what more do we know about the search?
Well, Sarah, we just heard from our colleague Katie Simpson on scene, who said a convoy of police vehicles just slowly left the rural property connected to suspect Robert Card's family. They were at what's believed to be a family farm of that suspect in Bowden, Maine, across the river from where that mass shooting took place in Lewiston. There were 10 police vehicles or so there, including an armored police vehicle. Authorities there told journalists to keep their lights down and could be heard shouting, "We don't want to hurt you, come out with your hands up."
Albert Delitala here with us in studio with more on what happened and what Air Canada is now saying.
Yeah, Heather, Air Canada says it did violate disability regulations here, but the couple at the center of this, they say they do want to see Air Canada take action to ensure it doesn't happen again.
What can you tell us about how the province is responding?
Yes, and it's really an all-hands-on-deck effort. Officials say more than 2,800 people are helping in the firefight this weekend as those riskier conditions return to much of the province.
Albert, take us through what the federal government is saying.
Sure, Deanna. We've heard from Bill Blair, Canada's Emergency Preparedness Minister, who says he has approved the request for federal assistance for BC. The aim of that is to help firefighters and emergency management personnel on the ground.
Albert Delitala is tracking developments for us. And so, Albert, what more have we learned?
Well, as you say, Andrew, CBC News can confirm the name of the young firefighter who died here. Her name, as you said, Devon Gale. She was just 19 years of age. We also have a picture to show you of her in uniform. She had posted this photo to Instagram. Police say she was working alongside a team clearing brush in a remote area when a small fire started. After losing contact with her, they found her caught under a fallen tree. They began first aid before she was rushed to hospital, but she did not survive. The union representing the province's firefighters, the BC General Employees Union, says it happened yesterday outside of Revelstoke. You can see it there on that map. The city is in BC's southeastern interior. Earlier, we heard from BC's Premier David Eby, who says the whole province is in mourning.
When we think about public service in our province, when we think about commitment to the people of British Columbia, it's hard to think of a more dramatic example of sacrifice and commitment to the people of British Columbia than putting your life on the line, going out to the front lines to fight forest fires. This is a young woman who had her whole life ahead of her. The whole community is reeling. Our province is in mourning for her death.
And recently we heard from Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister. He tweeted his thoughts saying, "At this incredibly difficult time, I'm sending my deepest condolences to her family, her friends, and her fellow firefighters," he said. "We must never forget the risks these heroes take every time they run toward the danger." RCMP confirmed they are investigating the death along with the BC Coroner's Service, WorkSafe BC, and BC Wildfire Service. It's been nearly 3 years since a firefighter has died in BC while battling wildfires.
Yeah, absolutely tragic.
The CBC's Albert Delitala is covering the story for us. So what more do we know right now?
Well, we know right now, R3, that 2 people remain missing after a CH-147 Chinook helicopter crashed into the Ottawa River. It happened in eastern Ontario at about 12:10 in the morning local time near the Garrison Petawawa Canadian Army base during a training flight. You can see it on that map there. That's about 150 kilometers northwest of Ottawa. The Department of National Defense says 4 military personnel were on board. 2 were found by first responders and rushed to hospital. You can see some of the latest visuals from the scene there. The condition of those people who were rushed to hospital is unclear. The 2 missing crew members belong to the 450 Tactical Helicopter Squadron. CBC News spoke to a worker in the area who witnessed some of the search and rescue efforts. Here's more from him.
We came in this morning and there was a lot of traffic going on, a lot of police, fire, boats, rescue. C-130s were flying all morning from, I think, Trenton or Kingston maybe. But other than that, it's just been in and out all day looking for them. I've seen the Pembroke ambulance here, probably a joint operation or something. I seen some MPs come in and out. Other than that, it's just been the fire chiefs and just rescue personnel.
First responders taking part in the search and rescue operation include members of the military as well as Ontario Provincial Police and local firefighters. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke about the incident earlier. Here's that.
I just got off the phone with the Chief of Defence Staff for the latest update. The search is ongoing for the 2 missing members. 2 members in hospital right now, but my thoughts go out to the entire Canadian Armed Forces. We're now hoping for the best, but braced for the worst.
Defense Minister Anita Anand tweeted her reaction to the incident. She said she's thinking of everyone at 450 Squadron and Garrison Petawawa and their family members. She added they're doing everything they can to support them. The military says Chinook helicopters like the one involved here are used to move personnel and equipment. This squadron is based out of Ottawa and is said to be the Air Force's only squadron with this type of helicopter. The Department of National Defense is asking boaters to avoid the Garrison Petawawa military base and its Black Bear Beach to both avoid potentially dangerous materials and to preserve the crash scene. Another important note, the town of Petawawa has issued a ban on all non-essential watering due to concerns over hazardous material from the crash, and the nearby city of Pembroke has also made a similar ban to preserve water for Petawawa. Arthi.
Thanks for this, Albert. That is the CBC's Albert Delitala reporting.